So as we were getting together and thinking about how we communicated with students about jobs and financial planning, we all came to this realization that we really weren't sure how to do it and how to convey it in a clear and concise way that was balanced to all of the potential paths that students could enter into the financial services industry. And the truth is, it's a big world with a lot of different options, but a lot of those options just aren't right for certain students, and vice versa. Those same options are absolutely perfect for the other ones. So we came together and tried to create a way to communicate and visualize the paths, as well as identify those characteristics that are going with them. And this happened because we weren't having a lot of success in communicating. And in fact, we were making some individuals nervous or making them angry about the way we were talking about firms. And I think, Craig, you had a story you wanted to share about your experience with this.
Yeah, two stories really, and I'll kind of hop into one. I think one of the things that paradigms do is Martin said, they shake up the landscape, right? You have firms that maybe have traditionally been hiring out of a major, and then when you change the way you look at it and you start adding some values-based classes and you start adding some discussions on comprehensive planning, you change up your capstone. The next thing you know, that your students become a little more aware and attractive. And so, I've also been called the dean's office, and you kind of have this mantra, and I'm not sure Angel and Devil is maybe 100% on, but you have the best of intentions, right? And you have the best of intentions trying to get your students placed at firms that have career paths and have long-term value propositions and match student loans and all that kind of stuff. But you can very easily, I've found in developing the program in our paradigm, that even sitting down, right? Even sitting down with this paradigm with our advising office, our department, and some other faculty leads to conversations about, so you're saying this group is bad, or you're saying that my students shouldn't go there, or you're saying that this firm is unethical. No, I'm not saying that at all, right? As far as financial planning goes, I've had the beauty to work in the PNC market for about a decade. I love what they're doing for American clients. There's good apples and there's bad apples, and they're across the board. So it's that nuanced conversation can be a little tricky to have, and without finding yourself kind of in the firing line, which I think we've all found ourselves in, and I know I have on this end. The other kind of story I wanted to share is, before we kind of kick off the paradigm, is we had the opportunity to give this presentation live to the Registered Programs Conference. And it was so much fun. And we went on, and it was a panel. And rarely have I been on a panel that got a standing ovation. I think that's the first ever. Usually panels get people sleeping and drinking coffee. But this one seemed to do better than that. And there's something to it. And then I get in the hallway, and I have one of the better known registered investment advisors. And this guy pulls me aside, literally pokes my chest with his index finger. And he goes, "You guys know we're the only group doing planning." And it kind of clicked for me. I thought, the words financial planning are guarded. The words financial planning are sacred. And a lot of us believe that there's a certain way and process of doing that and have a really hard time conceiving other processes of it. And that creates sort of this discussion of how we view financial planning as program directors, as those leading the charge of the next generation of students. How is it that we're going to teach the world around them? And I think, this paradigm really helps us get there. I don't know, Nathan or Luke, you want to add a little bit just kind of on the general structure of what we came up with here?
So in the beginning, I was trying to come up with an example students could understand. And so I named it the 12 Tribes of Financial Planning because it was based on the 12 tribes of Israel, that to someone on the outside, they all appeared to be Hebrews. But to someone on the inside, they knew the difference between the tribe of Benjamin and the tribe of Daniel. Or even in Utah, we have a lot of Native American tribes. And again, to an external perspective, they seem similar. But once you get into those tribes, you realize there are very unique cultural differences between the Hopi tribe and the Ute tribe and the Navajo tribe. And so what we are trying to do is take our experience in the financial planning profession and show the students the different pathways that exist, the different approaches to financial planning, and ultimately the different skill sets that each of those pathways will require to be a good fit.